This is Calls. I'm back and do a quick survival mode guide. Give you some thoughts and ideas on the next survival mode because I had to farm a little bit and I haven't used any of my supports. So I'm going to do a little play-by-play because this takes a little bit of time. So I'm on wave 70 to 76, so that means I'm going to be going up against 7 waves. And up here, you notice I got a vacuum surrounded by a bunch of big bada booms. So one of these guys is probably going to trick it or trip it, and it's probably going to scramble Homeland Security with the Preds. So this is a little bit of an early release on the units. This Pred might not last past this wave if we can't get this chopper off it, which I hope is not the case, but Ion's got me covered, and Bunkers got triggered up here. So not too bad, 7%. A lot of these guys are going to peel the onion on this northwest layer, so if I keep getting hit, which I just did, it might prove to be problematic. But the goal for this wave is for me to demonstrate my crappy base surviving 7 waves without any support. So we'll see if we can do that, and we'll discuss why that is. But for the most part, I just kind of want to focus on the exterior so that you can see the units that are coming down, and then we'll talk about the ones in which you got to watch out for, namely the one that just fired, the Zeus. Because in here in the middle, I'll zoom down a little bit. You can see over my cursor I've got the repair depot. The Zeus is capable from hitting the repair depot from pretty far out, right here around the exterior of what I call the core. The core is basically the only thing that matters. I don't care about the exoskeleton, I don't care about the interior skeleton, layers 1 and 2 respectively, the outside and inside. The only thing that matters to get through survival mode is to continue to keep the core intact. Because the repair depot, basically, every time it pulses, is a free heal to all the buildings. So it's going to heal the ions, the spiders, the clan HQ because it's got a weapon on top. It's going to heal both lightnings and also the modular gun, which is giving increased HP. So this west side offensive is coming in, and I'm going to have some bunker troops that are going to get waxed, and these guys are going to peel the outside layer. So when we get down to wave probably 74, we're probably not going to have anything left on the exterior, so they're going to be working on the interior, and they're probably going to get a really good push because the aerial units here they're not going to be encountering a lot of resistance, and that's okay. First line of defense for aerial units is going to be the Jerichos as well as the lightning guns. So if we can keep the Jerichos up, that's great, but it's not wholly necessary. So as the Zeus comes in, watch that pulse. It went all the way in, and the modular gun got healed, which is a good thing. I'm uncertain if this Jericho was actually healed. It might be just outside of range. So we're going to go into wave 73. And I'm running fire spiders for DPS because I find that trying to slow them down just right now it's ineffective, but I might need to change to freeze round spiders towards a later game when you want to try and run out the clock. So typically what I would do is I would use supports until I felt confident enough that no matter what, because they only have a minute, and if they've got half their forces left with 10 seconds remaining and you still got like 10% left of your base, it really doesn't matter. Down here I got a radio electronic unit that's going to go down, but it's pushing back just to try and slow the aerial units. We got a Colossus that's doing some damage, just going to finish up the gold mine down here. But overall, I would say this is a pretty balanced engagement. I've been hit on all sides, and that's okay. That's what I prefer. It's when you get hit on all sides all the time that has been very problematic. And one of the things with the AI is when they blow holes into these walls, the spider rounds end up plugging it up. So the ground units don't know any better, and they just keep trying to go back through the same hole, and that ends up causing problems for them. So we've got 3 waves left and pretty much nothing left in the exterior. So we're going to see what happens up here. We're coming up on the northwest. We've got some units, ground units, nothing I'm too concerned about. My computer's running a little choppy, so I apologize if the resolution of the frame rate is going to be crappy. I don't see anything that I'm overtly nervous about with this. We're going to get a breach, which is to be expected, but there's nothing to suggest any AoE. Now look, take a look. Now I did take damage. I did take damage, so this would be where I would heal, and I just did. So this is my first. This is my first support that I've used on wave 74 because they can't take down these spiders. They can't take down the lightning gun as well. And so these guys are stuck at the exterior. and they just kind of, it's just a war of attrition. Unfortunately, I'm going to be losing this death ray while it's pretty low, and I would much rather not have that. I really hope they come from the northeast. Actually, they will, and this will be cool because I want to demonstrate the second thing that I do. I want you to watch this trap. If they come on the east side, it's going to be kind of funny, but I want to wait. I want to bait them because this is how I use my traps. I don't really like traps too much, but if it's worth it, we're going to reset and then really wish there were more ground forces because you can't really do much with them, but I'm going to use it. See how they all get sucked in, and then this is what you do. Boom, airstrike. So it's kind of a cool thing. You might want to try that and check it out. But for the most part, the frequency from which the repair unit pulses is too much for them to even take down a lightning gun. I'm really hoping they didn't drop my shield generator, which I actually think they did, which is most unfortunate, but I'm feeling okay for right now. So this is really the strategies. You want to create a very difficult, impenetrable, hard, tough shell. And then you want to surround it by high HP structures with the spiders and the ions. Clan HQ is good. You need lightnings for air support. And then that's it. I'm not even going to use the support on this because they got 43 seconds to chew through all this. And every time that thing pulses, it's going to reset the HP. So just something to consider. I found a lot of success with it. The only time you get nervous is when you lose a repair depot, and I probably am if that Zeus keeps hitting me, but it doesn't appear to be. So that kind of summarizes it. Traps, they're the support units that I like. I like the camouflage for early when I still have bunker troops as well as my predator. I like using the repair, obviously for the repair depot and only the repair depot. I like using the trap in combination with airstrike, and I really don't care for the hero resurrection or the carpet bombing. So anywho, there's wave 76. If I get time, I might try another video later on. I'm really pressed, and because I know when you get to the later stages, you're doing like 12, 13 waves instead of 7 or 6. So this is really nothing, but it's just to kind of give you an idea of the overall strategy. So I'm going to conclude, and if you like it, cool. We'll try it next time. Maybe we'll get survival mode in a couple months, and then we can get the next prize. So this is Calls. Deucin'.